Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over everything I'm going to do for Martin Luther King Day in January, and I'm going to take that unit all the way up to the end of the month and then go straight into February's Black History Month. So I'm going to combine what I'm doing for both Martin Luther King Day and Black History Month in this video, since they're all kind of interrelated. If you're new to this channel, I'm a homeschooling mom with 2 kids. I have a daughter who's 10 in 5th grade and I have a son who's 4. Okay, so let's start out with my Martin Luther King Jr. units. And yes, I said units because I can never just get one. But I found one that was almost perfect and it was only $8 on Etsy. It's by the Incredible Folks. She made this Martin Luther King Jr. unit study that could go from kindergarten to 8th grade. She has projects broken down for kindergarten to 2nd, 3rd to 5th, and 6th to 8th, as well as some quizzes broken down into ages, projects broken down into ages, papers broken down, on top of a 5-day lesson plan that she made. It looks like this. She talks about what to discuss, what to watch, activities, reflections. She has all the activity pages to go along with it. It's 5 pages. She also gives you an additional resource of topic suggestions, discussion questions. So here's, for example, let's do day 1. Here's day 1. So you would have early life. You would go on to family background, the foundation of a leader, and then she has activities for you to do. First of all, she has these really amazing coloring pages that I put in every day in this folder for my daughter so she can color this while I read to her, and they were just really cool. There were several different unique coloring pages. She had a word search for this day, and then a timeline of Martin Luther King. Now here's where I bought the second unit. I bought from Waldock Way, they had the Who Was units for $5. That goes along with the book Who Was Martin Luther King Jr. I'll put a picture of it because I don't have it yet. I just ordered it. But in that, she has a timeline activity. In this curriculum from the Incredible Folks, she tells you to do a timeline activity, but she doesn't give the resources for it. That's one of the only things that I was found lacking in this curriculum. But not only did the Waldock Way have a timeline activity, they had a timeline matching game that had all the events listed. So I'll have her use these several pages of the timeline to put it in the timeline activity page, and then we can play the game and cut it out. So that really added something. So the Waldock Way just added in a few blanks where this Incredible Folks curriculum didn't have. For example, Incredible Folks would say, find a video on his early years or his biography. Well, if you guys have ever used a Waldock Way curriculum, she has a page that looks like this, where it'll have books she recommends, a YouTube playlist, a Pinterest board, and some additional resources. So essentially, all the videos that were recommended in the Incredible Folks curriculum, I found on her YouTube playlist. I also found some additional art activities that I felt that Emma would like more than some of the ones suggested in here. And I'm sure you'll be able to find something that you like, but I also looked on the Pinterest board and found some there. So that was really helpful. Now let me show you, for example, another day. So I don't want to show all the curriculum, but she did put quite a bit on her sample. So then day 2, you're going into civil rights. So she has this really cool cover page, and then you're going to talk about civil rights movement. And again, I have a coloring page for her to color in while I'm reading to her. And then here's another one. She wanted you to map out the events and where they happen. This is from Waldock Way. She didn't actually have a map. She just recommended to use a map. So I used the map from Waldock Way and just added it in there. Day 3 is his speech. She has an overview of the important points of this, and then she has 4 pages of the speech, but she also has a YouTube video that you can go to that'll listen to the speech. So while you're watching the video, again, there's another unique coloring page. And then when you're done, you will discuss the philosophy of nonviolent protest, You'll go into the impacts on civil rights. And then she has activities that go along with this. For example, my dream. Draw and write what my dream for the world is. Then I can make a difference. Write how you can make a difference in each thought bubble. Example, day 4 is going to go over his letter from Birmingham jail. It'll go over it. It has a video on it. And then it's going to talk about his death, his continuing legacy. I mean, look at these graphics, you guys. It is so great. I cannot believe she's selling this for $8. So well thought out. And then you're going to go into his vision for equality and justice. Then she had this really cool coloring where you print each section a different shade of brown. I thought that this was so cool and such an eye-opening thing for Emma to be able to see multiple shades and what that would mean. And again, there was more coloring that she had, just different unique pages. You could pick and choose what you wanted to have them color, if you wanted them to color while they're reading. I feel like she listens a little better. Then here's the 1st to 5th grade quiz. It was 2 pages. The 6th grade one, 6th to 8th grade was a little more intense. Then she goes on to, what do I believe? Write what you believe in based on what you learned from Martin Luther King Jr.'s beliefs. Now here's where I pulled some things from Waldo Way that I liked. She had a compare and contrast yourself with Martin Luther King Jr. She also had a writing assignment. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream to make America a better place for everyone. Write about his dreams and whether you think it's true. I really liked that writing assignment. She did have a lot of prompts for writing reflective essays in there. I just thought that that would be easier for Emma. And Waldo Way also had a biography of Martin Luther King Jr. for Emma to do as well. Between the two of them, it's just a feast of activities. So awesome. I mean, if you're $8 for one, $5 for another, you're spending $13. Great value, I think. Martin Luther King Day is January 20th in 2025. So we're going to start that around that time and do it for the rest of the month. And we're going to read Who Was Martin Luther King Jr. as we go through the month. It won't be our read aloud. I think that I'll have that be her independent book that she's reading. But that will carry us through the end of January and set us up perfectly for Black History Month. I feel like my daughter's old enough that this curriculum went a little deeper into the subjects than maybe she could have handled in previous years. And so she'll have a really good understanding of the struggles, dynamics, everything that African Americans have gone through. And so she'll be able to go into Black History Month with a good background. In that regard, for $2.90, and I'll link this as well on Etsy, I found a Black History reading comprehension for women. There were tons on there for both male and women, but I thought this would be fun to focus on women. They go over 9 different inspiring Black women in history. And they have 4 pages just going over the history, and then they go on to each person. And they start with Ruby Bridges. So they'll go over her stories, and then you'll have some questions that you'll fill out. And then they have a reading response. If you could ask Ruby Bridges one question, what would you ask her? And then you'll have more activities on Ruby Bridges, 2 words that can be used to describe her, birth date, birthplace, something that she learned, and then you'll go on to the next, Rosa Parks. So those are, I feel like, really simple and easy to do several days a week. In addition, I want to focus on one of the girls, and I decided to pick Ruby Bridges this year just because there's a lot of books on her. There's a Disney movie that we're going to be watching. I think it's from 1998, and I honestly think movies from the 90s are the best movies, so I'm really excited. I don't remember seeing this. We'll watch Disney's Ruby Bridges, and then we're going to read 2 books, which were both written by her. One is called Through My Eyes by Ruby Bridges, and then one is Dear Ruby, Here Are Hearts by Ruby Bridges. I'm getting both of those from the library. So we will be reading those, as well as our read aloud for the month of February is going to be Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I've seen this book around a lot, and I really wanted to wait and read it until I could either combine it with history or some other sort of significant events to show the value and importance of this story and give it the credit that it's due. So this book, let me read you the synopsis. With the land to hold them together, nothing can tear the Logans apart. Why is the land so important to Cassie's family? It takes the events of one turbulent year, the year of the Night Riders and the burnings, the year a white girl humiliates Cassie in public simply because she is Black, to show Cassie that having a place of their own is the Logan family's lifeblood. It is a land that gives the Logans their courage and pride, for no matter how others may degrade them, the Logans possess something no one can take away. So, really looking forward to that. All right, so that is what we're doing for Martin Luther King Day, starting around January 20th, carrying us through the end of January, and then going right into February's Black History Month. I am really excited about this, and I'm really excited to delve into these topics with my daughter and give them the credit and sensitivity that they deserve. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will try to remember to link all of these down below for you. If any more questions, please feel free to reach out and let me know. I would love to chat with you guys. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video.